AUDHDnD.
All right. Greetings. Welcome to AUDHDnD with all of your favorite neurodivergent and ADHD friendly hosts. I am Tristan Gibbon, aka Chonky Kong, one of the talented hosts on AUDHDnD podcast. 10 p.m. Crystal Ballroom tonight. Hilton, be there, free beer, 21 and up. And I'm also the producer of the collaborative world building interconnected 2-episode one-shot D&D podcast, Dragon Knight Adventure Friends, NIGHT. Fun fact, the adventure we're doing today will be set in that world. Cool. Thanks for the content, y'all.
You're welcome.
Before we kick off to the rest of our hosts for their intros, our track sponsor this year for 2024 is Zucot. For over 22 years, they've been empowering lives through disaster relief, food distribution, orphan care, and more. Their top-notch ratings from Charity Neighbor and Triple B Wise Giving Alliance means your contributions are going to make a difference. The Dragon Con charity this year for 2024 is the Arthritis Foundation. The number one cause of disability, arthritis affects nearly 60 million adults and hundreds of thousands of children. Dragon Con will match up to $125,000. Last year, we raised $272,000 for the 2023 charity. So please donate if you are able. Let's go from stage left to right. Do you want to introduce yourself and your projects?
Sure. My name is Melodic Blue. Other people in the Final Fantasy XIV community know me as Melodic Cerulean. I am a PG-13, I would say variety streamer, but I really mostly play Final Fantasy XIV. I have ADHD and I have an autistic and ADHD youngin, probably two, but we've only managed to get one of them tested so far. But yeah, we have a lot of adventures. I work on the AUDHDnD Museum Network. And I'll be doing a panel later over in the Westin at 4:00, talking about building cultural and educational venues in Final Fantasy XIV using their housing system.
Hi y'all, I am Jinxie Rose. I'm a crafter, I'm a gamer, I'm a ukulele playing mermaid. I play cozy games on Twitch, sometimes play the ghost hunting game. So you don't know if you're gonna get Stardew Valley, Power Wash Simulator, or Demonologist. It's so much more. So satisfying. I am also going to be on a panel at 4 p.m. in this room called Building Fan Communities. So if you have a couple of options for today, hope your Dragon Con is going well and happy to be here. Also, ADHD and autistic.
I didn't know ukulele playing mermaid was an option. I want to redo. Hi, everybody. My name is Kate Osborne. I go by Katieosaurus online. I'm a full-time content creator, actor, author, educator, player of TTRPGs. My most recent projects include I have a new podcast out now with understood.org called Sorry I Missed This, where I talk about ADHD and neurodivergency and how it impacts relationships, intimacy, communication, and segs. And I also, this is a cool thing that I get to say now, I also have a column in Playboy magazine where I talk about disability and neurodivergency and sex and intimacy. And I have a book coming out about the same topics. So yeah, I do a lot of work with neurodivergency, intimacy, and sex. And also I play D&D on the internet. So you might say I work in both type of dungeons. Thank you. I wrote that joke 4 years ago and I refused to stop using it. And I have the combo platter, ADHD, autism, so you might say that inside me are two wolves.
All right. Hello, I am MC Williams. I'm the host of the Myths Your Teacher Hated podcast. It's a story that tells myths and legends from around the world with all the sex and violence left in. It is not kid-friendly, just to be clear. I'm also going to be later today hosting a panel next door on Percy Jackson at 8:30. That will be kid-friendly. Tomorrow at 10, I'm doing a panel on folklore and fantasy on the stage with the unofficial theater track. And coming in January, we are launching a brand new podcast where I'm going to be game mastering a series of some shots centered around our favorite 80s cartoons. It's going to be called Saturday Morning RPG, so look for us dropping in January.
Cool. Nice.
Right, I am Nick Lyle, or on Instagram, I'm Cosplay and Optimism. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor and a certified dialectical behavior therapist. So I pair cosplay with therapy and mental health advocacy, and I myself am ADHD, autistic, and dyslexic, and I didn't find out about the autism diagnosis until last year. So, yeah.
I think I forgot to mention I'm autistic.
Thank you very much, hosts. And now we'll set the scene for today's adventure. The seaside city of Arkona sits proudly on the western side of the Great Bay in the largest continent of this world. It is a bustling center for trade, culture, and the arts. The lush aristocracy makes a lot of money lording over the seaside trade, and the docks are constantly bustling. And the alehouses are always busy, with patrons from all over the world who come for the finest brews, vintages, and spirits available. Our heroes, sadly, are not enjoying these fine bars and restaurants, nor are they even working on the docks for an honest day's pay. They are languishing in the dockside holding jail known as the Dry Brig, awaiting trial. In the same order, hosts, please introduce your characters and what dastardly deed have you done to deserve to be in the Dry Brig?
So I have Marjorie Olivia Mustard Seed, or you can just call her Mom. She is a stout halfling, and she's got kind of wavy brown hair, brown eyes. She's got some basic traveling clothes, and she's got a lute with her. Unfortunately, she did not realize that there is a law on the books that it is illegal to sing a song about a banana under a street light on a rainy day.
Wow.
Ordinance 34.
Right.
Blue laws of-
I am Leah Primrose Grandiflora. I have a pet mouse named Tulip who helps me steal things. And I would have gotten away with trying to steal a coin purse if the gentleman hadn't been trying to fix his codpiece at the time. He just happened to look down. I looked up. We both screamed. The cops were called. It was a bad time.
As someone who grew up from the Midwest, yeah, that's great. So Dr. Charlotte Cambridge is a fallen Asimar. She's an artificer, and she is sort of languishing in the corner. She's sitting very bisexually, and she's sort of rolling a coin between her fingers. And she has done the dastardly deed. She, as an artificer, sometimes it's hard to come by, certain ingredients and certain things that you might need. And I don't see what's wrong with stripping a little copper wire from, a few abandoned homes around the area, but apparently they take issue with that. And so here I am.
Jonah Sims, warlock, tiefling, archivist for the Maya Society. Look, as I tried to explain to the guards, it was all a misunderstanding. There was simply a tome of secret information that was required for the archives, and it happened to be in the mayor's personal library. And yes, it might have happened to be his personal diary, but all secrets belong in the archive.
It's true.
Dallin Vale. I'm a ranger. I'm a tiefling. And apparently people don't think it's, very polite to just start mooning people.
You need a
Thought
permit
it
for
was
that.
funny.
The Dry Brig itself sits just off of the dock sides. It is one long rectangle with a row of cells on either side of a long hallway. On either end of the building are windows. To the east end, you have a view of the two large and iconic marble pillars that sit within the bay where cargo ships moor and wait to be unloaded at the docks. And to the west, you can see into the city. Blah, blah, blah. Also inside of this Dry Brig at the end, there is one desk where a guard is seated, and behind them a cabinet where the keys to all the cells are kept. There is another room to stage right of there, where the second guard often spends a lot of time before taking a patrol up and down the hallway, kind of half-heartedly, and then spends longer stints within totally not the napping room. Their names are Dennis and Gary. Gary is walking up and down the cells. No one causing any trouble here.
What trouble could we possibly cause from in here? It is so dreadfully boring.
That's the point. It's jail.
Could you not at least give me something to read?
I guess I have the handbook of laws for the city that you could peruse over, so that next time you're in the mayor's office claiming to be from the archives, you actually bring your library card.
I am from the archives. I showed you my symbol. But if all you have is a book of laws, I'll take the book of laws, please. Thank you.
Hands you a small booklet. No funny business. Stay on your inside of the cage there.
Of course. I'll start flipping through.
All right. It's very dry. Very dry.
Dennis. Dennis. Dennis.
What?
Dennis.
W-
Dennis.
yes.
Dennis.
Oh my God.
Dennis.
Dr. Charlotte.
Dennis. Thank you. Dennis. Dennis.
Dr. Charlotte.
Your hair looks nice today, Dennis.
Oh my God. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all I wanted.
Extra rations.
Yes. Is that all we had to do? Well, I'm a halfling, but I'm trying to like see if my shoulder can get through a bar. You know, just stretching. Just stretching.
Keep on your side. Keep it on the inside, prisoner.
We're allowed to exercise, Dennis.
Within the confines of your very small cell.
Yes, but what are the confines of our cell, Dennis? You stretch. You stretch as much as you want to.
They're 8 by 10. Plenty of room for a halfling and a tulip, whatever the fuck that is.
It's a mouse, thank you.
Keep it in there.
Oh, he doesn't like mice.
Dennis, dear, do you think you could tell me what was wrong exactly with my song?
I mean, I wasn't there for your arrest. So like, if
here,
like,
I got you.
you could play it,
I would love to hear it.
Yes,
I
you
would
could play
love
it.
to hear it.
and I can help you.
Tulip would love to hear it.
Bananas are magical fruit. They cuddle in bunches so cute. They are so delicious and very nutritious. Now I don't get cramps in my boots.
Ordinance 34, bananas. Ordinance 67, toots.
In 84, you played it under a street lamp.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
You know, I intentionally avoided the rhyme toots.
Toots?
It was boots.
Toots?
I don't get cramps in my boots, you know. You gotta eat your bananas. You gotta make sure you're being nutritious, dear.
As you are making friends with the guard, Dennis, there is a deep and resonant reverberating sound through the air, echoing like distant thunder out the window to the sea.
Mom?
It grows louder, rumbling. By the gods, Gary runs to the window and looks out, turns and makes eye contact with Dennis, and just books it for the exit.
Glad to see we're in the good care of Dennis.
Gary whispers to Dennis. Dennis turns white as a sheet, and they both just leave the jail and lock the door behind them.
Gee, thanks.
Dennis, I thought better of you.
Oh,
I
I'm so
expected that.
disappointed.
Dennis?
Do we have the ability to look out the window? Can we see what they see?
So it's farther down, so you can try to like make a good peer if you have a good perception check. But the angle is awkward. You're gonna get mostly sky.
Here's my stuff.
How high up is that window?
It's about 4 feet off the ground.
Nice.
I'll make a roll. I'll make a roll
Okay.
for it.
There, why not? Yeah.
I'll
I
do
can
it
look.
for a stroll. That's a 22.
22.
It's a dirty 22 though.
Love it. I mean, anybody with the slightest of angles, you can see that there is a very dense fog rolling off the bay, and you can see some sort of movement within that dense fog, but it is not really something that you can tell what it is. The waves and the water in the bay are getting very choppy, and the sea is looking very treacherous. and there is lightning striking from behind the fog.
So what's
That's
happening? I can't see from here in the corner.
I conveyed the previous information to my party.
Ah, lovely.
Fog lightning scene.
I love fog.
Fog's great, but
Sounds
the fog horns are
ominous.
not real going off, so there's no like there normally would be.
Do we want to maybe try and get out of here?
Yeah.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah,
You bet.
I
Yeah.
think we should leave.
Well, I I have some thieves' tools. I would like to try and pick some locks.
Sadly, all of your belongings are in the side room where Gary was spending most of his nap times.
All
Did they
right.
give me my pants back?
You are wearing clothes. They tightened your belt for you.
I've got an idea, but I feel like I've been talking a lot.
No.
No,
Yes.
please do.
Could I cast Tasha's Caustic Brew on the bars and try and melt them so I can like kick them out?
Absolutely.
Okay, I do that. The bars have to make a dexterity saving throw.
They do not.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to roll for it, or shall we say? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the bars to your cell are quite acidified, and with a little push, you'll be able to.
So Charlotte stands up and she sort of smugly looks back at where Dennis and Gary just bailed on them, and she goes, "Ka-cha!" And these like magical artificer sort of like Wolverine claw things happen, and from them spews a stream of acid in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide in a direction I choose. And I aim it at I say, stand back, everybody, and then I aim it at the bars.
Okay. So you're within your cell. You melt your bars. You push them out, and then you turn down the line and melt everybody else's bars.
Yay.
All right.
Very decent of you.
Oh, good
feel like
job,
Spider-Man.
honey.
So they let you keep the acid bars. They didn't let me keep my book.
Everyone knows a warlock can't have a book. If there was an order of someone going to step out of their cell first, who would the first person be?
Leah would absolutely jump down immediately. She does not like being contained whatsoever. She would immediately jump down.
I'll let the others go first.
Do you have less than 28 hit points?
Oh God. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I do.
So Leah takes a step out of her cage and immediately falls asleep.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
all right?
Might as well happen.
Can I reach her to pull her back in without stepping out?
You can.
Just like reach out a hand and
Mhm.
drag her little self back in here.
Does she wake back up?
If you give it a minute, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, honey. Come on. You gotta wake up. We're not done here.
Boo.
Why am I still in a cage?
Because you stepped out and you fell right
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sleep, don't you know?
How far away is her stuff?
I'll say your cell is about halfway down. Your things are probably about 30 feet away, but they're behind a door. The cabinet behind the desk is where you know that the keys are kept.
Well,
Can I cast with what I currently have in my person?
Yeah, I think you have a prison wallet.
Excellent. In that case, I would like to mage hand for the keys, please.
Very good choice. The cabinet offers you no resistance. The key ring is lifted by your spectral hand and then brought to you through your open bars.
We can all get out of here much easier with these, I do believe. We might want our things before we fall asleep on the floor.
wow. Is that going to be my shtick now?
It could go either way, honestly.
But yeah, so your things are in the side room. There's the floor. You have your melted bars. Leah did fall asleep. You can try any way you would like to get to your things. The sound outside, again, you hear a trumpeting.
How far away are the cells where we are from the room where the stuff is?
25, 30 feet.
Okay.
Who's closest?
Marjorie.
I float the keys down to Marjorie.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything left to use them on?
I mean, the bars are melted, so I mean, the side room could be locked, and also the door that they exited. So the keys are likely useful.
Okay.
Be careful when you go out. Don't fall asleep. I mean, you can fall asleep. I'm not telling you not to, but just be careful.
I appreciate your consideration of my personal agency, dear. So, all right, keys in hand. Mom is going to try and step out.
Okay. Mom steps out of their cell and stands on the floor quite happily.
Oh, that's good. All right. So I'm going to go to the cabinet with our stuff and start unloading.
Yeah. So you walk to the door. You use the key and unlock it. Inside there is a very nice looking hammock. And also there happens to be a cannon looking through a gun port, 4 cannonballs, and a stash of black powder, as well as everybody's belongings.
Huh. What are all of these for? All right. So she starts schlepping stuff, making trips, bringing stuff back to people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much obliged.
The sleep spell on the floor, one charge.
Oh,
you guys are good.
okay,
You guys
cool.
are good.
Okay. All right. It's just your stick now.
Just being
Stay
cautious.
sleepy.
Caution is not my middle name. It's Primrose.
Look, it's okay, honey. You were in a really tense situation. You had your blood pressure up, and as soon as you stepped out, you just felt all that relief, and all that tension just whoosh went right out of you.
Was it a good nap?
Honestly, it was probably the best sleep I've had
Yeah.
ever.
Uninterrupted.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Should we continue escaping?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alarm bells start ringing outside in the city. Magical klaxons
Oh no.
going off.
Are those for us?
She just points out the window.
Oh,
I really don't think we're the big fish to fry here.
no, I suppose not.
Sound of screaming escalating outside. It sounds like there are people outside running.
So they're
the
screaming
dogs.
outside, and we're not screaming inside.
All right. Good game, everybody.
Is the screaming coming from a particular direction?
All around. And like if everybody in this room just like suddenly screamed, it would be like
So in that case, I should
more-
go
yeah.
that way.
to the ocean.
Curses.
All right, team. I hate to say it, but you know how sometimes there's the easy way to do things, and then there's maybe, I don't know, the slightly righter way to do things.
No.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
Well, it's just that I'm not much of a hero, and I'm not, much of a brave one, but there's a lot of people screaming, and I feel like maybe we could lend a hand.
Aw, that makes you a hero to me, honey.
I'll
give
give
you
you
I
100 gold.
Oh.
She just looks straight at you.
Okay.
I suppose there are probably secrets lurking in that fog. I guess I'm in.
Think of all the stuff that you could put in the archive.
I'm not a hero, but 100 gold is 100 gold.
As you are debating whether or not to help the screaming people that seem to be running away from the area that you are, there is a sudden, very intense crash, and an entire brigantine ship smashes through this back half of the jail that you were occupying. The wall is crumbled behind you, but the door in front of you does still stand locked.
Yeah, no, I think we should get out of here.
Exit?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not where that goes.
All right. Get your things. Sally.
You open the door. The docks are in chaos, and though visibility is limited, you can see that the wooden wharfs are smashed. The ships that remain are sinking, torn in half, laying in the street, broken into buildings. Another bestial howl reverberates through the mist, and the screaming of the people that are running is getting away from you in the fog as they are all leaving the docks.
I think perhaps we should leave the docks. This seems like a bad place to be.
And if you have a DC 10 perception check, nailed it. You can tell that the ocean sounds that you're hearing churning is something unnatural, something large, something is moving, albeit a bit slowly, through the fog towards the city.
Big, evil, and not normal footsteps coming this way. I suggest we leave.
I knew it was going to be creatures.
It's always creatures.
Is any character here a local to the city?
No.
Yeah.
Mom, can you do a little history check?
Sure. That's a 15.
Okay. You are familiar with the area. 3 blocks ahead, there is a square where there's usually a farmer's market. Your home is tucked away off of an alley behind that. Housing is rather expensive in this place, so you sleep where you can. And you don't take up too much space. That might be a good place to go. The screaming crowds are going that way. Behind you, definitely no bueno.
Yeah.
But you could head north if you want to, like along the coastline or south.
So I've actually got a place. It's that seems like it's in a pretty good direction. Why don't we go over to my house and kind of figure out what we're gonna do when we're not, all of that.
All right. Thanks, Mom.
I have no objection. Is it close to the mayor's house by chance?
It sadly is not. This is more of a working class area, and up the hill to the west is where the Capitol, the archives, the library, the banks, the mansion.
All right. Yeah.
Can
Where are we going?
field a sudden question from the audience? Go ahead. Yeah.
Do you want to use this as like a little model for your pet now?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, please.
Thank you. I am honored. Thank you.
Tulip made flesh.
I don't usually care for mice, but that one is particularly
This
adorable.
one is particularly adorable.
Tulip is well fed.
Yes. You always feed your pets.
Love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You blessing.
Crowdsourcing our props today. I love this.
So you head a few blocks to the square. The farmer's market and the fish market, all the stands are overturned. It looks like crowds have run through here. Crowds stomping. Washington's enormous built trams.
Is there a point to that?
More importantly, is there any documentation?
There's a man on the ground with his face stepped on, and you're telling me a story.
Well, all I'm saying is maybe don't run with the crowds. And
What's
also,
difference?
that sound you're hearing, that's a kraken. And you know what's great about krakens?
What?
Rare fungus samples.
Ah.
Yes, great.
They're very valuable.
Wonderful.
As
Mem-
long as you can live long enough to sell them, yeah.
Well, yes, but we're all very small. The kraken is quite large.
This is why I don't get on boats.
I have a boat.
Of course you do.
Do you have, I don't know, a Kraken shooting gun?
I have a crossbow, and my friend named Steve.
Oh. Oh.
Shoot him in the
You say
eye,
that.
Steve.
You just reminded me in the cabinet back in the jail. There's totally a cannon and some black powder and stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea. We could make it angry, and then it would rush forward, and we could scrape the sample off of its tentacles.
So, do you, Lil Wheelie,
Yes.
Charlotte Cambridge, nice to meet you.
Oh, hello,
Um,
Charlotte.
Do you recommend, it's all right, I'm not pretentious about it. Do you recommend trying to stop the Kraken, or is this more of like a we're just trying to get you some samples today sort of thing?
Well, I'm trying to get samples, and if you are trying to escape, it might be safer for you to come with me because northways up the coast, I have a boat hidden up against a house, and less people are running that way as the gate's up to the west, which also seems to be the direction that the Kraken
Nothing
is
about a
running.
Kraken makes me want to get in the water.
I was going to say, aren't they aquatic?
That's why I said I don't
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
big floppy tentacle arm things. Why is there a Kraken coming here anyway?
Good question.
Who's bitten his
Probably
breakfast?
didn't sacrifice enough things to the sea god.
Ah,
Oh yeah, you hate to see it.
Should we perhaps take care of that then?
A sacrifice?
Yes.
What do you have in mind?
I'm out.
well,
Perhaps a mouth?
There's like at least 3 dead guys on the ground.
You're
I
Justice
merely
for Tulip.
suggested.
There's like at least 3 dead guys on the ground. Does that not count?
Yeah.
right.
Have they all the way expired, or
Oh goodness.
Dr. Charlie goes to check.
Who goes to check one of the other bodies?
he's been they've been torn in half. They're
Oh,
quite different.
Yeah, Leah goes to poke one, and then it's like,
Right.
yeah,
that's
that's
squishier than I thought.
That's a bit beyond a band-aid here.
Should we try to sacrifice them anyway? Just in case.
Well, maybe if you resurrected them, we could then sacrifice them again. And it's like they're already dead, so no harm.
Well, if they're already in half, it could be like a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh, 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do at the end of the market when my mushrooms aren't selling.
When you say you're selling mushrooms,
Yes.
what particular kinds are you
Oh.
selling? Because you seem real unbothered, and I'm just wondering.
Well, all kinds. Rare
Gotcha.
and
And
exotic.
then she winks.
Well, I'll just get my satchel, and I'll come with you.
Uh-huh.
Marjorie, are you going home?
We were.
Do you have a lot of cheese?
Oh, that's a good question. Answer
Yeah,
that one.
honestly.
Honestly,
I mean, at the house, yeah.
Let's go.
To the cheese house.
Along the way, are there any houses in Oakland that might have any, I don't know, libraries, any bookshops?
There is a bookshop right next to a coffee shop at the edge of where the farmer's market is.
I would like to try to go into said bookshop along the way. I will catch up.
the fact that we're unbothered by the Kraken, but cheese and coffee and books.
There's a crisis going on. And you want
And not getting
The
stampeded.
crisis is I have secrets to collect.
What are you gonna do? Absorb the book by osmosis? You don't have time to read.
I can read it later. They are portable.
That is not my business.
So while the party heads to Cheese House,
Cheese.
Jonah, if you want to do a quick investigation roll to see if
Certainly.
you can find,
That's 21.
you find quite a stash of rare and exotic books. Some of them magical, some of them just old prints. Your backpack, you can probably one.
I will take all I can take, and then I will scurry to catch up.
So, Marjorie, I was hoping I could maybe buy some of the cheese because it's a great medium for keeping spores on.
You know, it does. It does. We do usually have to take some care if we don't want certain cheeses to mold, you know.
Which some of them you do.
That's true. That's
Yes.
true. Usually the food.
10 gold in a crisis seems like a fine price for a wheel of cheddar.
You know, I can't fault you for that.
Yeah, okay. A fair exchange.
You betcha.
Shake hands. If you don't want to go onto the water with me, there's also likely a cart and a donkey at the stable where I hide my boat.
That sounds delightful. I vote cart and donkey.
A cot, like a small bed.
No, no.
Hot.
Like a
Hot.
It's my Nomus accent.
I was like, we're gonna have some
Uh,
cheese and then go to bed. Okay.
Some nice bed cheese. It helps with the dreaming.
Bed cheese. I've been living on rooftops, and y'all are having bed cheese.
I am not having any bed cheese.
So if you're willing to go with Lil Wheelie to the north, you pass through some more streets. There is rubble strewn about. you see a wooden stage in off to the right. You're walking by it, and there is a lone performer who will not break character, standing apparently unconcerned with the chaos and destruction all around the city around him. And he addresses you as you come to the street, and he says, "You are tearing me apart, Lisa." And then as he bows, everybody make a dexterity save.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Cool.
18.
That's not.
Dex.
You're with a DC 12.
Dex.
16.
Roll it.
I got a 16 too.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Better than a 6.
A massive chunk of marble from the stone harbor pillars lurches out of the fog, crushing the poor stage performer.
Oh no! He was my best friend.
And Leah,
Yes.
it also lands on your foot.
Oh no!
I fell asleep and my foot is crushed.
I attempt to help get it off her foot.
I would like to cast guidance.
Okay.
Give you 1d4 additional.
Go ahead and roll.
I rolled 3.
All right. It is a large boulder of marble. You are unable to move it. Leah's foot is stuck
I didn't really want to help anyway.
All right.
and crushed.
I realize that some of us are kind of small, but maybe if we work together, we can free Leah's foot, don't you know?
Oh, you think we could dig it out?
Did you? You said dig, right? All right. Okay.
Oh, I was right there.
Yeah, that's probably a better option considering size.
Or we could amputate.
Yeah.
No.
No. No.
No.
It's fast.
Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. Why don't we try to work together to move the marble? We'll do it on the count of 3. Ready, team? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, nat 20.
Little Wheatley also got a 20 dirty.
Oh, I didn't roll it.
14 minus 1 is a 13.
I got a 2.
With lots of counting 1, 2, 3, rocking back and forth, Leah, you are able to get your mangled foot out of there. You will move at half speed for the rest of the adventure, unless aided, shouldered, or healed, unless healed.
They may have heels.
Never.
Mom is
sacrifice
gonna
the
reach over and she's gonna kiss her fingertips and then tap Leah's foot. Cure wounds.
Marjorie comes through again. She's got cheese. She heals. What doesn't she do? Sings about bananas, I hear, under the streetlight. 9 points of healing. Luckily, you had only taken 8 points of damage. So
Hey.
So onward to the cart, perhaps, before we are also torn apart.
yes, Jonah. Yes, and you can hear that the Kraken has started to make its way into the city. It is off of the docks now. There are writhing tentacles in the ceiling, lots of howling. But Lil Wheelie leads you north to a nicer part of town. There is a stable attached to an inn, and what appears to be a woodpile covered with canvas. He whips away to reveal a boat that he had described as comfortably seating 10. Sorry, I didn't get that in there. Perhaps he meant 10 gnomes, because it is a bit tight. It has a single mast and a couple of oars that collapse. And then there is the cart visible in the stables. The animals are quite panicked, what with the howling of the Kraken. Hee-haw, hee-haw, I'm sad, says the donkey.
Here's the thing. Charlotte Cambridge can now do nothing except try and help the animals. I'm sorry, that's just the rules.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
on board with this.
And
Certainly
an
not
animal-
gonna calm down for me.
Yeah.
a nice animal handling check
Okay.
would go far. With these tethered,
I have
abandoned
+3. That's not bad.
Poor creatures.
So rude. I'll take it. It's a 19.
Oh yeah. The fear in the donkey's eyes kind of starts to soothe as you stroke the side of his noble head. He gives you a little nuzzle.
Leah doesn't know much, but she's like, I have a mouse.
Perhaps we should.
Oh,
Perhaps we should flee from Lisa.
Lisa.
Oh,
The
Lisa's
Kraken, Lisa.
Lisa the Kraken.
carrying
Yeah.
them apart. I see it.
You're on a first name basis with
We're,
the Kraken?
we're all very
The
smart.
the dead actor was on. Yes, that was Lisa, correct? We told- Anyway.
Good job, by the way, actor.
Well, yes. That's what I mean. How many milligrams?
Wait. What's your name?
William?
William. Give it up for Props Master William, everybody. That is the definition of a props master, William.
Yes.
This is true.
So, Little Wheelie says, "Are you sure I can convince you to come with me to scrape the Kraken?"
Scrape the Kraken. Heavens no, sir. Particularly not in that boat.
I'm sorry, did he say scrape?
Scrape, yes. I have my scraping knife.
That's a big old bag of no.
All right, well, fare thee well, adventurers. Your cart and donkey await you, and I will see you on the other side.
I don't think you will.
And he
I don't
Little
think we're ever
Wheelie.
seeing him again.
drags his boat off into the fog towards the water. I'm sure he's going to do fine.
Take copious notes.
I took copious doses.
All right. So just sort of team check-in.
Yes.
Circle up, heroes. So we agree. So the plan right now is we're not going to engage with the Kraken. We're going to get on the cart. We're going to go to the gate and run away. That's the plan.
Yes.
Very heroic. I like it.
I thought you wanted to like help people or something.
No.
Did you want to scrape the Kraken?
No.
We can get the boatman back to
You-
scrape the
I
Kraken.
did help the donkey.
We did help the
Yeah.
donkey.
That'll do. Let's go.
And you helped Leah.
He helped me twice.
Good deed done for the day. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right, so you hitch the cart to the donkey, and you start to pull it out of the stable attached to the inn, when suddenly 4 rough and tumble-looking men come out of the alley of the darkness, short swords in hand, wearing leathers, and they say, "We're the Follow You Into the Dark gang. I'm Cutie, and I'll be taking your cart all your life right now."
Dennis.
Roll for initiative.
All right.
20.
9.
23.
Okay, good.
Marjorie and Leah are both 9s.
Yes.
All right.
We're not quite prepared.
I got a 13.
And 15. Jonah, you were going to go first. There are 4 bandits. The one who was speaking so handsomely has a long scar on his face, and they are advancing towards you with swords drawn.
Oh, I'm absolutely casting at the one who spoke so impudently. Ceaseless watcher, cast your gaze upon this wretched thing. Eldritch Blast.
Is that a attack roll, or is that a
Ranged spell attack.
Yeah, go for it. AC of 13.
That's gonna be exactly 13.
Let's go. Meets beats. Roll for damage.
All right, that is 1d TM.
What color is your Eldritch Blast?
It is an evil green. Well, it's this color.
Nice
this color?
evil green. Avada Kedavra.
4.
Okay.
No, but you're not wrong.
Thank you, Billy.
Next up is going to be down.
I'm going to attempt to attack with my my hand axe, the guy with the scar across his face.
Okay. Cutie.
Let's see. 13 to hit.
13's good.
3 damage.
Okay. And then Dr. Charlotte, you and Cutie in the gang got the same initiative roll, so let's have a straight D20 roll. A roll off.
All right. I got a 2.
All right, so Cutie is going to lunge forward at Dalton for swinging a hand axe at him. What is your AC? Dallin, sorry.
14.
He will stab you for 5 damage.
Sheesh.
This is what happens when you cross the follow you into the dark gang, he says. And then
It's not like I was going into the dark, but fine.
his 3 other compatriots all attack. 1, 2, 4, 5. Marjorie. What's your AC?
10.
Two of them will stab you. One of them will miss for 9 damage. These guys mean business. Dr. Charlotte, you are up.
I will aim at the guy who is messing with Mom. And I would like to cast Ray of Sickness. So he needs to give me a Constitution saving throw. I will also roll with
He got a 6, so
and
He's down with the
our friend
sickness.
here is going to take 6 points of damage as he gets real sniffly in his nose. And he's like, man, I got some body aches coming up.
crime is not paid. And then next up, Marjorie and Lee, you both also rolled 9s. So just roll a straight d20 to see which one of you will go before the other. With no mods.
9. What is the thing of 9?
Number 9.
Oh, I got a 13.
Yeah,
All right.
Mom goes first.
Marjorie.
So you said that this is like a local gang.
Mm-hmm.
Does Marjorie know who any of them are?
Give me a history check.
Ooh, they're gonna get in trouble.
That's a 16.
Yeah, one of the 3 people that stabbed you, the guy that missed, is Philip. His mother works at the farmer's market.
Okay. Can I have Philip's full name, please?
Philip Danielson. Philip Daniel Danielson. Yeah.
All right. Philip Danielson, does your mother know where you are right now and what you are up to? She works so hard at that factory all day long, and this is how you repay all the work that she has put into raising you, vicious mockery.
That's a save from him, right?
Wisdom, yeah.
He rolled a 16, but I'm gonna say his wisdom score is also a 16. So he got a 19.
He's
Saved.
fine.
Yeah.
But do an intimidation check at the same time. Or we'll call that one a shame check.
Got a 9.
Okay.
What happened to him?
I have a +6 and I got a 9.
He looks hurt, and maybe like there's some remorse, but his friends are with him. He's got a little and tough.
He's a mean teen.
Peer pressure.
And then Leah.
Yeah, Leah did not take too kindly to anybody going after Mom.
Okay.
So she's going to go up, hopefully there within.
There's 3 ruffians around Marjorie. One of them is Philip Daniel Danielson, and the other 2 were the ones that cut her. And then there's Cutie, who advanced and stabbed Dallin. Yes,
Can I throw a quick bonus action?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fine. She's very frustrated about how this went. Leah, I know you've had a rough morning, but you are enough. You are strong, you have power, and you can do this. I believe in you.
Leah, you get advantage.
Bardic inspiration. I will.
Really is Mom, the 2 younger siblings, and the 2 older.
Don't remind me.
So even more wanting to defend Mom, she feels very proud of herself. She's going to go up and stab one of the ones that stabbed Mom
Okay.
with her rapier.
Attack roll, AC of 11 on this felon.
Well, that was the one. That's a
Wait, you
7
do get inspiration?
and inspiration. That's a 9. God,
What? With the 9s.
Refresh your
Roll your
browser.
damage.
is that the damn? Oh,
Yeah,
busy.
you
Yeah.
Yeah, hit your. Go back on.
Screen.
Hit the +5 there.
Oh, let's try that.
That does your attack. roll.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Okay. 21 on that one.
Okay. And then
I like that better.
rapier
That's much
damage at D8 plus your finesse, so dex.
Clear screen.
There you go.
That's an 8. Okay. You like
So,
those numbers better.
Yeah, Leah, you just run your rapier right through this guy's face, and
How tall is
he's-
he?
he's a solid 5'8".
Awesome.
Yeah.
Long as teaching how to stab. You need to learn how to stab.
I'm only like 3 feet
Um,
tall. Okay.
We offer thee a sacrifice.
Says the Kraken. Back to the top of the order, Jonah. You're in. Cutie's looking pretty damaged. Bandit number 1 down. Bandit number 2 unscathed. And Philip Daniel Danielson also unscathed, but looking rather sheepish.
I don't care about Danielson. The one who spoke so cruelly to me is obviously the one I'm going to attack again. Safest Watcher, turn your gaze upon this wretched thing. Eldritch Blast.
Roll to hit again.
Yes.
That'll do it.
Yes. It's
One.
thing you worship mom.
In a way, yes.
Your Eldritch Blast flies forward. Cutie does a good little shoulder roll, and it kind of impacts him already on his scarred face, and he shakes it off. Is that the best you got?
Stop dodging.
Dallin, you're up.
I'm gonna attack the guy who stabbed me. Again with my hand axe.
Okay.
18.
That will hit. Are you throwing these?
Hmm?
Are you throwing these?
No,
Or
I'm
just
using
okay.
it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. 5 damage.
Yeah. So, where would you like to hit Cutie?
I like to go right to the side of the neck.
Okay. You lodge that axe into Cutie's neck. It stays there. Blood splatters out. He falls to the ground. All worn down. Time for sleep is now. He says, and he expires. Philip Daniel Danielson panics and flees. So Leah, you can have an attack of opportunity,
Yeah.
and I think Marjorie's also in combat
Yeah.
with him too. So, but you did use your bonus action. So
Yeah, I did.
Leah, you can stab as he leaves.
No, I can't. Oh, well, actually, I am lucky. So even though I rolled a 1,
You get to
roll
reroll.
again. It'll let me. That's an 11. It's not a 9.
We'll take an 11 because he's only wearing front leather.
Ah.
So
It's a
as
first
he
mistake.
turns to run, you get a good stab right into his buttocks.
For no, that's wrong. Well, it's like no 7
For
right
7
to the
damage,
butthole.
like a very vicious gash on his behind as he limps away into the fog. All that is left is Cutie's disciple, who will take a swing at Leah the killer and miss terribly with a 2. Dr. Charlotte, there's but one foe
I have
remaining.
2 questions before I take my
Okay.
action. Number 1, Leah, do you trust me? Can I borrow your mouse? Okay. DM, secondary follow-up question.
Mhm.
Would you say that a mouse could be considered a tiny non-magical object?
Absolutely.
Okay. As an alchemist, as an artificer, I am going to take Leah's mouse and I'm going to whisper into his ear, I promise no harm will come to you, brave one. And I'm going to cast magical tinkering on the mouse, which allows me to create a static visual effect. But because the mouse is a mouse and he's running around, what you see is the mouse's tail begin to grow and grow and grow into this huge, almost Kraken-esque tentacle. And it just kind of is like hanging out. And then I put the mouse down on the ground and go, "Go, little one, scare the shit out of him." And then I go, "Oh no, look, the Kraken is upon us because we only have 5 minutes left."
I would love to assist.
You don't need to.
Go to go.
Cutie's disciple botched, and again bolts away. AOO's around for everybody if you want to pummel this person to death, or just let them run into the fog towards the crowd.
He can run away.
Run away.
All right.
Is Cutie dead or dying?
Uh,
I want to kneel down. If you have any secrets, now is the time. And I will draw the sigil of the lidless eye on his forehead in his own blood.
he makes a lewd remark about your mother, and coughs blood on you.
I am fairly certain that's not true, but if so, she's going to be very happy to see you.
So as you load on to the donkey-drawn cart, the wind begins to pick up from the ocean, blowing away the fog, and you see it. The Kraken is rampaging into the city, headed west towards the Capitol building. The Bank of Arcona is smashed in half. The public library being defended diligently by powerful wizards of the city. And as the creature lumbers west with his tentacles, where the forest outside the city awaits and the mountains beyond, hundreds of leagues in the distance, that is where we're going to have to end our adventure. Thank you so much for coming out. The audio for this will be featured on the Dragon Knight Adventures Friends feed after con sometime soon.
Should we tell the people where to find us?
And we should tell the people where to find us. Left to right again. Go ahead, quick.
All right. I am on Twitch as Melodic Blue, MELODICBLUE.
Perfect. I am Jinxie Rose on most social medias, and I'm going to be here in this room at 4 o'clock for Building Fan Communities panel.
I am Katiesaurus across all platforms. Check out my stuff. Thank you.
I am Chonky_Kong. You can find me at botchedpodcast.com and DragonKnightAdventureFriends.com. That's NIGHT.
I am Miss Your Teacher Hated across all socials and also where podcasts are found, and I will be in that room at 8:30.
I'm Nick Lyle. You can find me on Instagram at cosplay.and.optimism.
Oh, and if you enjoyed this D&D live adventure, another one at 10 p.m. tonight, Crystal Ballroom, same building.
Please remember to rate and review. If you have any donations for the charity, please do that. And I have goodies, stickers, ribbons, cards. Please come take.
Yay!
Ribbons!
Prop Master William.
Yeah, give it up for Prep Master William one more time.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you like your mushroom back?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I love the characters.
Thank you for yours.
They're so fun.
Thank you.
I can't wait. Now I'm like, damn it.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
It's perfect. She should get one.
I'm doing fine with this.
Thank you for making me cry.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. That's very
I
nice
do.
of you to say. I appreciate it.
Jinxie. Jinxie Rose. You should get this for your character.
Oh my God, yes.
Do you want
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go for it.
It was so wonderful to
There's so much
Thank
fun.
you, thank you.
guys. You guys are totally awesome. I'm going to my
do
next
you want a
one.
ribbon?
Yes, I do. Thank you, William. You have a sticker for me? Oh my
Do you
god.
want a ribbon?
Yes.
Can I have my mouth back?
Yes, of course. Thank you for the subscribe. These are wonderful.
I
Yes.
just got a new laptop.
You are amazing. Thank you for the
Like,
mouse.
stickers we got.
Yes, I come prepared. I'm on 7 panels, so I have to have
That
things.
goes on the new laptop. I love this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I might have listened to way too much Magnus artifact.
It is, but it's 21 and up, sadly. It's not a safe word. I'm sorry.
Simmons, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, London. Thank you.
You do, yeah. Sorry. You may absolutely have this.
I'm going through it.
Take them back. I don't know.